Hello.
Hey, Mary, it's Seth.
Hey, Seth.
So, listen, I've been thinking, and my life is really complicated right now, and I need to sort of simplify. So, I'm going to need you to fill out an application to be my friend.
Do I have to put down my family's net worth?
It would help, but you know,
Oh my God.
I know not all sororities are like that in real life, but,
I was
but
wondering, I was like, oh my God, seriously, do you have to put your family's net worth on a
you
sorority
have to fill
application?
out an application to be friends with these people. I just don't understand what the draw is to want to be part of a group that the whole point of it is they judge you to see if you're worthy of being part of the group.
Here's the thing. I was almost starting to get it watching the show. Like, I think I've said before, like, I don't quite get the need for sororities, but I was starting to sympathize with Sam's, like, she has this very rigid plan for her life, and like being a sorority and like making those connections are very important to her because she has no other connections. Like she's completely untethered. But she can make other connections. Like I'm not worried
Right.
about Sam. And I really think she needs to be a little more flexible in her thinking about the next 10
Yeah,
years.
and her 10-year plan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
otherwise she's like setting herself up for total frustration because nothing is going to go according to plan. That's like how life works.
It's true. But I wasn't joking about that friend application. I'm being serious. And this isn't just because you beat me by 120 points in Scrabble.
First of all, I just want to say for the record, that's the only time in my life I've ever gotten a bingo. So that was a total fluke and
420 points.
whatever.
You're on the short list for you're on the shortcut list is what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, what I'm saying is, not that this has anything to do with what you just said, but like Sevens, oh, Shannon's so much less complicated. But is Shannon going to play Scrabble with you and eat popcorn? Come on. Well, Shannon plays Scrabble. She'd be like, Gucci's a word.
I think when he was saying someone less complicated, he meant someone who worships me.
Yeah, I think you're right.
We were talking about the best years. Did we ever mention that? This is the
Oh,
best years we're talking about.
if people can't figure that out, they've got
Yeah, they
issues.
should be watching it. I'm saying
Yeah.
it's
Oh, you know what tonight was officially?
it was Friday.
Yeah, besides that, I think it was Radio Free Oscar reunion night.
Seriously,
Because Audrey slash Sloane, what,
right?
what's the actress's name who played Audrey?
Here, wait. I'm gonna look it up right now.
It's Natalie something or no? I'm thinking of that model that
It's
she looks like.
Ashley Newbro.
Okay,
It was Sloane slash Audrey from Radio Free Roscoe.
yeah, totally different characters. And then of course Steve Belford, Jesse.
Right on Degrassi.
And if Kim Carlisle had been on slash Carla, who was Alex's girlfriend on Degrassi, it would have been like ding ding ding.
Yeah, seriously, that's triple sevens right there. Yeah, Kim Carlisle. Oh, now I have to look up her name too.
Janelle Williams.
Janelle Williams plays Carla, Alex's sort of girlfriend. It's amazing the Radio Free Roscoe people. They branch out, and as long as we're talking weird actor crossovers, the Pawnbroker in the best years. I'm mostly positive, though I'm always wrong about these things. It was Ellie's cousin Attila, the body piercer from
Get
Degrassi.
the hell out! That's a good eye. I never would have caught that.
I was proud of Alex for kissing Paige.
I was too, except I'm a little worried about her.
Worried in what way?
In that she's gonna get her heart broken if it hasn't already been. Paige just needs to like have some alone time, is what I think.
That's true, but I respect Alex putting it out there like that, and I like Palix. I think Palix works. I'm pro Palix.
As long as Paige is serious about it and not just like experimenting or whatever she's doing. I'm not sure I get what's going on with Paige.
I just realized that I've never actually said that word out loud, and I don't know if the accepted pronunciation is Palix or Palix, because both of them make sense.
Oh, right. I always say Palix in my head, just like I say Shia LaBeouf, Shia LaBeouf. Somebody told me to say that on the podcast. So, dude, I just said it.
There you go. I'm glad. So we're calling Jesse slash Steve Belford slash River from Radio Free Roscoe. He's actually one of those. He's all three. Steve Belford, the middle one, is who he really
Yeah, yeah,
is.
yeah.
You know, there was that bit where he and Ellie were arguing about not dancing.
Uh-huh.
There are bigger things going on there between Ellie and Jesse, clearly.
Yeah.
Did they do it? Do you think they did it?
Yeah, she went to the student nurse clinic thing and got her little
Right, I forgot all about that.
uh
Hmm.
but actually I don't know if we ever found out if they actually went through with it. Anyway.
Anyway.
That's none of our business. We're just nosy.
Let's call Steve Belford.
Let's ask him if they did it.
Yeah, did you do it? Seriously, no, did you do it? Because, All right, I'm calling him.
All right.
Hello, Steve Belford.
Hi, this is Mary and Seth from TheEnd.com.
Hi, Steve.
How are you?
We're good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I think so. So where are you right now?
I'm actually in Toronto.
Are you at home, just hanging out?
Just hanging out, yeah.
We're trying to figure out if Jesse's coming back to Degrassi after the episode that was on tonight. We're unclear, and we were wondering if you're allowed to clear that up or if that would be against the rules.
Oh, I don't know. Well, I guess I can say that you will see more of Jesse, but I can't tell you in what context. I can't tell you who he's going to be with or anything like that, but I am not done on the show, no.
Okay, good. That's good to know. We're also, we remember you from back in the day on Radio Free Roscoe.
Yeah.
as
Not just
bigger.
us. There's a huge cult of people out there who remember you from not only remember you from Radio Free Roscoe, but are constantly writing in and saying, "Why is Radio Free Roscoe not coming back?"
Yeah, I know. Everybody loves it.
Yeah.
Are you still in touch with do you still talk to the cast from that show at all? Are you guys,
here and there, yeah. I mean, I see some around at auditions, and Nathan Stevenson, the actor who played Robbie, I've actually been working with him on a couple other things since then. So.
Oh, wild.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So what do you do? What do you do for fun, Steve Belford?
You know what? One of my all-time favorite things is I love going up to the cottage. It's like 2 hours up north, getting a nice fire going. Going jet skiing. Just swimming, laying out in the sun, and just relaxing. That's one of my all-time favorite things. Or going out for dinners in Toronto here. Restaurants with friends. With lady friends.
Do you take your lady friends up to the cottage with the fire and the jet skiing?
No, sadly enough, I don't know if I've ever really brought a lady friend up there. Usually, I just go by myself and just relax and just let my soul breathe. But I really, really want to bring ladies up this year, and more than one at a time. More the merrier.
We're heading into mid-July here, Steve Belford. You've got limited time. You gotta get on that.
I'm just, I'm planting all the seeds, and everything will pay off in August.
Plant the seed with your finger.
For harvest late summer. So I wanted to hear about Australia. Now, you've lived in Australia for a while, is that right?
Yeah, I was, my last year of high school, I was like, I want to go out with a bang. So I was like, where can I go where I don't have to learn another language? Australia. Nice, hot. So I went there. I lived there for 9.5 months. I lived in Adelaide, which is in South Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And it was amazing. And there was a whole bunch of exchange students from all over the world. And we actually went on a tour for 3 weeks up through the center of Australia, and then over to the Great Barrier Reef, and then down the East Coast and back to Adelaide. And that was, like, I still have pictures. That was one of the best trips I've ever been on.
Oh, man. That sounds like one of those things where, like, it's only, like, a couple, weeks or months of your life, but it's, like, you're talking about it for the next 50 years.
Yeah, no, it is just completely amazing. And when you fly to Australia, and we flew from L.A. to Sydney, and it was dark the whole time, but around an hour and a half before, or maybe 2 hours before we landed, you come into the light, and you come out of the clouds, and you just see this magical coastline. And that's the only way to describe it, is magical. It's the land down under. It's a land of wonder. It's incredible.
Now, since you mentioned flying there, I need to ask your advice, because I'm going to go there briefly at the end of the year, and I don't think I can handle this 16-hour plane ride here. So how is it as bad as it seems like it's going to be?
Well, I've been twice, actually, so it's not as bad. I mean, you have little things to do if you have a portable DVD player.
Okay.
You can, watch a whole bunch of movies if you have, a show, Radio Free Roscoe or Degrassi. You could watch it, and that could pass the hours, and you sleep and you talk to people. No, it's not that bad. I mean, It's all part of the trip. That's what I find. It's not the trip doesn't start when you get off the plane. It starts when you get on the plane.
Right.
You know, that's part of it.
Yeah.
That's part of the fun.
That's a good way to look at it. I mean, because I think I would just go on a killing spree in the airplane. I don't think especially if I get a middle seat. So you went back a second time. So when was that? Was that just for vacation, or did you live there for a period?
Yeah, that was 4 years later. So it was '98 when I went the first time. It was 2002 the second time. I actually went to visit friends, to travel a little bit, and to take an acting course at the National Institute of Dramatic Art, which is in Sydney.
Wow.
Now wait, did you choose that program because of the program, or did you choose the program because you wanted to go back to Australia?
Well, I sort of wanted. I was like, I want to kill two birds with one stone. I didn't want to go away and not do anything for my career. So I was thinking, if I could take a course when I went there. And I remembered that when I was in school there, I heard about this place called NIDA, and that's where that's where I went. It's where Kate Blanchett went and Mel Gibson. That's where they went to.
All right. So there's a question that Mary wants to ask you, but she's too embarrassed to ask you it. So I'm going to ask.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to ask it for you. She wants. Which hair do you prefer, the Jessie hair or the River hair? Because it's very different.
Which hair?
Yes. Which hair?
Oh, I have to say, I'm sorry. I love River, but Jessie's hair is amazing. When they dyed my hair, it was just the dark side came out in me, and I love it.
Oh, so wait, that's not your. So the dark hair is not your. You're actually not. You're blonde. Actually, is that correct?
No, well, I'm actually. I had blonde when I got the job, so they dyed it. So it is actually my original color is brown, but I haven't had it brown since probably since I was like maybe 13, 14.
Oh wow, really?
Oh yeah, highlights, or it was like bleach blonde. Oh yeah, I had a whole routine to get it as white as possible. But that's high school for you.
So what do you think? What's different from being on a show like Degrassi versus being on a show like Radio Free Roscoe in the actual making of the show?
I think the process is very much the same. Although on Roscoe it was more of a smaller, tighter community. I found. I mean, not to say that Degrassi isn't. It's just such a big cast, and you're in this week, and you're not in for another 4 weeks, and so it's a very very spread out shoot. That's I think the biggest difference is the gaps in between shooting and somewhat in between, the relationships you gain with the cast and crew because you're not there that much.
Right. So when you started on Degrassi, was there sort of like, oh, okay, hi, new guy, because with all the actors who've been on there for 6 seasons now, what was that like?
Well, I think when anybody new comes on the show, there's maybe a subconscious animosity, towards this person's, taking up our time, but I didn't feel that from anybody on the show, and it's different too because they don't know how long this person's going to be there either. So it's hard for people to really open up and get close to somebody, and then all of a sudden, they're gone. But as you've seen, that hasn't been the case with Jessie. So it's been good. It's been very good.
Wait. Can you tell me, is there something about actually being an actor, though, that where you're kind of, like, even if you only meet somebody for, like, a week and you have a couple scenes with them, isn't that, like, kind of an intimate thing to do to, like, kind of have these very, like, emotional exchanges, even though it's on camera? I would imagine that, like, you feel a weird bond with a person even if you barely know them.
Oh, I am such a sucker for, I've been taught that when you actually have to fall in love with somebody, you have to fall in love with them. So I'm a sucker for love with my co-stars. You do have a moment there, and you sort of, you have to realize what it is. But yeah, there is a definite connection and a bond that will last for a long time. And yeah, you guys had this moment in time where, it was just you two, and it was real. Because it has to be real. You have to feel it.
Wait, so how does that work when you are in a relationship, like outside of,
I don't really have an answer for that because I've never really been in a relationship while I've been working, so.
Okay.
Hasn't been a problem for me.
So that's good to know that every Steve Belford kiss that we see on screen is real and heartfelt.
Oh yeah, that's real. That's all Steve.
Awesome.
So I want to ask about the episode that's on this week. So it's all about friends with benefits. What's your take on this whole the whole friends with benefits thing? Do you feel like that's a legitimate relationship style there? Because on the best years, which airs right after Degrassi this week, is all about how friends with benefits can't ever work, and Degrassi sort of doesn't go quite that far. But so, what do you think about it?
Well, I think whenever whenever you're intimate with somebody, feelings and emotions do start to get involved. Now, friends with benefits is it's great. I'm all for it. But if you're going to be very serious with somebody, then it's a monogamous relationship. Whereas friends with benefits is more or less just having fun and no strings attached. I think it can only last for a certain amount of time before someone starts to get hurt.
Yeah, is that it? Is there just an expiration date on it, and like you can only do it for a couple of weeks, and then somebody's going to get attached?
It can happen in a heartbeat. You never know. You could be with somebody, one night, go out with somebody, and just that instant spark, and that's it. You can't just be friends with them. There has to be more.
Wait, what about the whole like hooking up with one of the best friends of your like recent ex-girlfriend though? That's what I didn't get.
Ooh,
I know
yeah,
it didn't really come up in the show, but
I know it's not so it's not so good on Jesse's part to be doing that. But it's when you're in the state he's in, you look wherever it is, and I mean I don't think he was out to intentionally sort of upset Ellie by doing this, by falling for Paige, but it's a rebound, and rebounds come wherever you're looking, really.
Yeah, and plus Ellie and Paige weren't exactly best friends to begin with, so.
Oh, that's true. I always think of them as good friends just because I've known them both so long. But
in your mind.
Yeah.
But I think there's a definite rule. There is a definite rule to sort of to dating your friends' exes and that sort of thing. How long? I don't know. It's it's basically till they say it's okay, and I think you really have to ask them.
Yeah.
That's a good policy. Man, I gotta see your because I was about to say, but they broke up, it's over. But now you're making me look bad, so I'll agree with you. There's still time frame. It was a mutual breakup.
I believe the show Friends touched on that with Joey when he was in love with Rachel, and he had to ask Ross. And
oh, see, I should have watched more Friends. All right.
I think that's actually where the term "friends with benefits" came from. Like they coined, or they at least put it into the public lexicon. I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks for talking to us, Steve, and thank you for hinting that Jesse's coming back.
Yes, it's not over. Season 7 is being filmed as we speak.
Oh, okay. Wait
Awesome.
a second. Wait, so that means you're part of season 7 even. Okay.
I'm just saying it's being filmed. That's
Oh,
all I'm saying.
All right. Fine, we got you. Thanks again. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Steve.
No problem.
Okay.
Thank
bye.
you.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
When are you going to Australia?
Oh, I forgot to tell you. I'm moving there next week.
What?
No, I think I'm going in the end of the year for a couple weeks.
That's going to massively complicate our online Scrabble. Oh, I forgot to ask Steve Belford if the toilet's flush backwards there.
You know what? I think that's a myth.
No, it's real. But then why did I need to ask him? It's just something you ask people from Australia. By the way, when we say flushes backwards, we mean the water goes counterclockwise instead of clockwise, or is it clockwise instead of counterclockwise? Not that the poo flushes out of the toilet.
Yeah, they haven't figured that out yet down there. They're like, crikey, the poo shot out of the toilet again. There, I did an Australian accent. How about that?
Awesome.
All
All
right, Mary. I'll speak to you next week.
Okay. I'll have some new comments about poo.
I'm sure you will.
All right. Bye.
See ya. Bye.